what came about with Breakfast Club. Like I said, so my very first ever sound design promo that I made was for Beyonce and Jay-Z's On the Run tour.
Come on, bro.
So that's my first
was
one.
For Hove and B? That's crazy.
So I did that and I showed it to Eddie F and he liked it and they ended up playing it on the radio.
Nah, but hold on, slow down. You got to walk me through this. So how do you get this call? They're on tour, like.
Yeah, well, it's for the radio.
Sorry, yes.
They are giving away tickets. So we're making a promo to say like, yo, we have tickets. So, and and I guess Eddie saw that I was really fascinated by how he was putting stuff together. So he was like, here, you want to try it? And when I tell you, it took me all night because I was so I was so hard on myself. Like, no, I don't like how that sounds. Like, now I'm glad I'm at a pace where like trusting myself is very serious in this business. So I want to expand my sound design to like film, and I also want to in the next 4 years, hopefully, you'll hear some of my products in the Olympics. And I'm saying that because my niece, she does gymnastics, and I do her, the floor performance that they do. I put that together for her. And her teammates' parents like, oh, I want her to do one for me. So I feel like I put a different aspect on the instrumentals that they use. I put sound designs in that as well. And I want to, Simone Biles, holla at me.
All right, here we go. So before we got started, we just talked about how Kendrick Lamar is probably the worst rapper of all times. And
look, that's not, no, like,
yeah, that's
y'all would never see me talk bad about Kendrick Lamar, ever. I promise you.
That slow pause was crazy. First of all, you guys see the energy in the room is great energy, but we're not gonna play around. We're gonna get into it. Let me get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of In the Living Room Podcast, where we learn, laugh, and heal. And if this is your first time here, I genuinely want to say, take your sneakers off. You're in my house. This is my living room, and if you like what you see, your only job is to subscribe. It might be your episode. You have to trust and see that this is content that you might appreciate. I have special people that come in this living room all the time. And today, we have not fallen short. This is a superstar. A person that you hear every single morning, didn't know you were hearing every single morning. TaylorMade IT, the CEO of TaylorMade IT Productions. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Taylor in the building. Clap up for this lovely lady.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for, honestly, you could have been anywhere in the world.
You had me drive up to the Bronx.
We here. You hear me? We in the book. That's the people that come. Listen, for you to know, the Bronx is a beautiful place. Good people still come to the Bronx. Great people live in the Bronx. Look at me. Look at me. Look at my beard. Look at the people that are here with me. So thank you. Because, you could have said no. You could have been like, why am I going up there? No. And for perspective, we get into before who you are. I think this is just a point I want to give to those who have a podcast or networking and things like that. The way I met Taylor. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure.
Yes.
Shout out to InvestFest. It was the VIP night. And
was it VIP? Yeah, it was VIP. Yeah,
it was definitely VIP night, and I was on my way out. Right. Shout out to Princess Jazzy that asked me for the time. Let me tell you something, son. Yeah, let me tell you something.
Yeah, that was so.
I'm walking out, and Shorty says, "I'm sorry, you have the time?" I looked and said, "The time where I'm from, you either get robbed for that, or you trying to do something to me." And I looked. And we laughed it off, and Taylor said, "What's your name?" And here we are today.
Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm.
Great energy finds great energy, and she asked me, "What do you do?" I said, "Well, I have a podcast. Mm-hmm. I teach kids how to podcast as well. I'm a vendor for the DOE, things of that nature." Thought I was hot. Feel me? Had to say that. It's like, that's what I do. It's like, "Oh, you need any sound design for what you do?" And I'm like, I didn't really know what she meant by that, to be honest, y'all. It's like, sound design? Nah, I think I'm okay. And then Jasmine's like, that's the pod queen right there. I'm like, the pod queen? What you mean by that? As we say that, a gentleman walks up to Taylor and goes, I love every edit you've done on the Am I lying? I love every edit you've done for the Breakfast Club. And I said, the who?
Oh,
No, wait, hold on. What's going on?
I did have it. Yo, I forgot someone came. Yeah, someone did come
up to you and was like, I love every edit you've done for the Breakfast Club and for every other podcast you done work for. And I said, who are you for real?
And that wasn't an act. Like, I didn't hire the person.
Legit, I was like, I feel like I was in the twilight. I was leaving, right? And I was like, who is what? And ultimately, that goes to show you the power of being at the right place at the right time, having good energy, and being open to meet people.
Yeah.
Right? So very welcoming. And as we speak on that,
yes,
because I kind of gave away kind of some of the things that you do right there. How are you?
I'm good. As in, like, with my...
In general, how is
In
Taylor?
general, I am letting go and let God. That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, I love this already. Okay. What brought you to this point right now? When you say that, is that career-wise? Is that...
Career-wise, for sure. I've always been career-driven, and I've always been hard on myself. Like, when it comes to, like, I feel like, am I doing enough? And I think, to be honest, I have a hard time seeing what other people are seeing.
Really?
Yeah.
This is very interesting. Okay, so where do you think this stems from? Because just for the record, like, sincerely, what you do and at the rate you do it, and for the people you do it for, it's nothing to breeze by, right?
Yeah.
So before we answer that question, how long have you been in this space where you wanted... How long have you been working at the Breakfast Club?
10 years.
10 years? Word? So you were a baby when you started, because you were a baby now. How did that come about?
So I first interned with their sister station in Philly called Power 99, and worked my ass off there. And only because, like, I'm a daddy's girl. So shout out to all the daddy's girls out there. Like, and he's business minded, and he always taught me, like, make sure people know who you are and what you want to do. So that's why I made sure when I was in that internship. And I actually was able to get a mentorship named Eddie F. He's the one that actually showed me what I'm doing now, which is sound design and just production in general. And in that internship, I just got to learn more than I feel like what I would learn in New York because it's so fast-paced. So being able to hone my skills in Philly, I applied for a full-op, board-op job for the Breakfast Club, and I was able to get it that day. But also, I think it was also help of having him as a mentor and him knowing my work ethic. So, yeah.
Amazing.
So that's why I was able to go
I
up
didn't
there.
think you were going to say 10 years.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
So just before we dive into more of that, for those who are listening, and even for me, so when you say sound design, I understand now after looking at, what you do. How do you, what's your process like? Because you cut something up, from what I'm seeing, in response pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And what gave you this knack and this skill set to actually, specify in sound design itself?
What made me lead to sound design?
Like what got you there? Because I know you wanted to do production.
Yeah, so I always wanted to be a beat producer. Like, I wanted to make beats. So I was always in love with music, and I felt like I had a certain ear when it came to, like, hearing certain songs. Like, my dad would test me when I was younger. Like, you know where this song came from? Like, and that just, like, made me so, what's the word I want to say? Fascinated by, like, dang, like, how do they sample that to make it, like, I don't know why I was fascinated by it, but I was. And then I went into radio because there was music there. And what I saw, like I said, Eddie F is the one that showed me how to do the production. So I just thought it was interesting how you could put something together, almost make it sound like a song, but not really. But
Like your form of
Yeah, I just always was. I'm just an audio connoisseur, I guess I would say. I like sounds a lot.
So there's so much to go into here, right? Because
And well, let me be clear though too. Sound design. Do you want me to
yeah,
explain?
please,
Okay,
please.
so sound design. They say also it's called audio imaging. So basically, I am the person that sets the theme, or I'll say set the theme or the mood of what the segment's about to be, or what the show's about, and I do that by grabbing certain bites from either an interview from Breakfast Club, and it's just it's hard to explain. Like, I just know, like, okay, that sounds good. Like, I can make that work. And honestly, a lot of it's just me like taking a lot of sound bites, and I don't use all of them, but like certain sound bites and just playing around with that and like a music bed of my choice and sound effects, and then making my own sound effects with the sound bites. So could I play around with the effects of the sound bite and stuff, like add an echo or
and look,
stretch it
as she's
out.
saying this, you could go to her page and
Yes.
see how ridiculous. And every single time, you know what I love the most about what you do is the reaction of the person that you're doing it for. They're like,
how'd you get that bite?
right. They're like, yo, can I get that? Can I have that as a... So that alone, I would also say, how did you get the role to be trusted to do that for the guest on the show?
So honestly, what came about with Breakfast Club, like I said, so my very first ever sound design promo that I made was for Beyonce and Jay-Z's On the Run tour.
Come on, bro. Your first one
that's my first
was
one.
for Hove and B? That's crazy.
So I did that and I showed it to Eddie F and he liked it and they ended up playing it on the radio.
But hold on, slow down. You got to walk me through this. So how do you get this call? You know they're on tour, like...
Yeah, well, it's for the radio. So,
I'm sorry, yes.
They are giving away tickets. So we're making a promo to say like, yo, we have tickets. So, and I guess Eddie saw that I was really fascinated by how he was putting stuff together. So he was like, here, you want to try it? And when I tell you, it took me all night because I was so I was so hard on myself. Like, no, I don't like how that sounds. Like, now I'm glad I'm at a pace where like trusting myself is very serious in this business.
So when you do, it takes you all night.
It took me all night, and then I presented it, and he liked it. But honestly, now when I listen to it now, I don't.
Of course, because you've done like how many of them have you done after that? Right?
Yeah, but like
it was like I'm cringing. I don't want to.
Yeah, because I was like, why did I do that? Like,
that's crazy though. Fire. Okay, so after that's given, how was the response from the radio? Right, since that's your first one. Mm-hmm. And did Hove and Beyonce say something about it?
No.
Like, yo,
no, that'd be dope if they were able to hear it. Mm-hmm. But and maybe they did. Who knows? Maybe on the way to the tour. But I did get to go to the tour when they were in Philly, and I was able to get the VIP package. So I was chilling with Kevin Hart watching the show.
Yo, like, all right, B. Like, come on now. And you leave
yeah.
I just saw how you interviewed my man Kevin. Yo, Kev, let me tell you something. You're more than welcome to come to the living room. You hear me? In here, you're welcome. You have to do the pull-ups, though. We'll get to that later.
But yeah, wow, full circle.
Full circle moment right there. Because this just happened, too. You just like...
Well, me and him, so... I'm gonna put that video up soon. I'm corny. I like dad jokes. It is what it is. And this was like, no, I'm gonna tell Kevin Hart a dad joke one day when he came to the radio station. And do you want to hear it?
I do want to hear it.
Okay. So you want to hear a joke about some cats?
Do I want to hear about some cats?
A joke about some cats.
I want to hear a joke about some cats.
Just kidding. So that was the start of me and Kevin Hart's history of me telling him jokes.
And there it is.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That was good. That was good. And and I could only imagine that made Kevin laugh.
Yeah. He's like, that's
there,
pretty good. And then ever since he comes to the Breakfast Club, you already know what it is.
A dad joke is coming. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely fire. That's absolutely fire. Yeah. Letting go and letting God and trusting you in what you do is big in this business is what you just said. Mm-hmm. All right. How long did it take for you to feel like, respectfully, I'm Taylor, I got it? And how did that lead to you having your own production company?
I always wanted my own production company, but I would probably say it wasn't until maybe, was it last year? Yeah, last year when I was like, all right.
Word?
Yeah. Because I think I really started honing into what I like to do, which is sound design and everything else for the show. Because I honestly made a position there anyway, or by myself there. Like the imaging didn't exist as a it didn't exist. Like I went when I first came to Breakfast Club, I made sure like I'm gonna be an asset to the show. So I asked the person that was already doing imaging for the show time to time. I asked him first, like, hey, do you mind if I like show what I could do, whatever? And I made Charlamagne his Donkey of the Day, and he was like, oh, this like, yeah, like keep doing that. So I just ended up just making a position from that.
So in this, I think this is a good point to know here. So when you asked, how long were you there before you said, hey, you mind if I show you what I can do?
I think I was there maybe 3 months.
And was he receptive to be like, sure? And then
it was a girl. Shout out to my girl Sasha. She was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And yeah.
And then after that, did she know shortly after she was never gonna probably do one again?
I mean,
right? Like
probably so, yeah.
Right? Like, yo, shorty is really good. Like,
so yeah.
So that dunk was with the hee-haw, all that is you.
Yeah, I just grabbed, but it was just, it's, you know why I took 3 months? Because it's understanding the show, and I had to get a feel for like what the show may need, and also what the theme is of certain segments and stuff like that. So, and I asked the executive producer at the time for like, does he have any bites and everything else? Cause I didn't have anything. So he sent me over like bites just over time with the show, and I just worked with that. And then also it came to me also finding stuff on my own too. So it's a lot of research when it comes to my
I was just about to ask you, like, now how long does it on average take you, right? To
It depends how long the sound design needs to be. Like if it's 30 seconds, or I usually do like 30 to 50. It depends what it is, what you want me to do. But if it's 30 seconds promo, like it depends. I don't know. It really just depends.
It really does depend. That makes sense. So here's a question I have, right? Working along people like Charlamagne, DJ Envy. So I never met, just want to say, I met Envy before, super dope. I've been a person who followed Charlamagne, his books, the way he's grown as a person. I think the biggest asset of Charlamagne is how he's, like the evolution of Charlamagne.
Yeah.
I don't think it's spoken of enough.
Yeah.
I mentioned, and then you are now firsthand. How is it working in that environment where it's such high level people you see every time? 2-part question. You're around it so often to then last year say, hey, I really own this, what I do, and now it be a business. Were you ever pulled to the side before it to say, Taylor, you should be doing something, you should have your own business? And you being a daddy's girl, like him being behind you.
Yeah.
What's those conversations like?
Yeah. Well, the thing, I think that gravitated Charlamagne to me was like, he said it before. Like, he's like, I don't hold my tongue. Like, my attitude is what he liked about me. Like, because I say what I mean and I don't give a fuck. But he also, like, I don't think he even knew at the time though that I had a real, like, he liked what I did, but I don't think he knew, like, oh wow, she's like really good. Like, because I was just doing it time to time. I wasn't like really doing it like consistently.
Right.
But I have plenty of people tell me like, oh, you should have a production company. But that didn't come like the first year or even the second year. That came maybe 5 years into the Breakfast Club, because I was producing, which is like just finding content for the show, like, and everything else that goes into producing, just finding content for the show, knowing how to run the boards, like just those aspects of it. And then it wasn't until last year when we were having guest hosts and they were like, oh, Taylor, can you like put something together real quick for them? Because like this was spontaneous.
Right.
Like, so I was like, all right. And then I saw the reaction of people liking it. So I just
then open your
leaned
door.
into it, yeah.
Because the reason why I asked that is because I feel like, and this is a message to anybody who's been holding their gifts and their skill set for X amount of years and you feel like it's too late. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've been doing this for so long, or I had this gift for so long. I think it's never too late.
It's not.
To exercise that. And to hear you say you letting go and letting God is what I really want to dive into now, right?
Okay.
Because in that space, like, what are the chances of the Breakfast Club changing their style of bringing different guests to also give you the opportunity, so how quick you could work on the whim?
Yeah. But I'm really thankful that they even let me tag my name in it. Like,
Which is fire.
Yeah, because I was just like, I'm gonna start tagging my name, like, so people know who
Who's
did
doing
it. Because it wasn't a rule saying that I couldn't. So that's another thing too. Kind of just see what happens.
What I can get away with, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's super fire. Even standing on like, this is who's doing it.
Yeah.
Because the TaylorMade it is fire too. Like, how you do that is. So you at today, and we were having a conversation on the way here. You was having a conversation with a friend.
Yeah.
How important is to be able to have conversations with people that give you?
Man, what I learned about this industry, it can be, I don't want to say it's brutal, because like I don't feel like I've like had that hard time, but you see the agenda of people, like, or like you don't, it's very, very, you find genuine people, like, honestly. And I'm happy to say, like, I have a good group of friends that, like, genuinely want to see me do well. Like, what was the other question? I'm sorry.
We're good. We can stay right there, because I think finding that is the missing ingredient to happiness. Because let's just say, for the accolades that you have and what you do, people would treat you differently just because of what you do and not even get to know you.
Yeah.
And they got to feel super weird to not just find some people where you could be yourself. And it takes time. What keeps you poised? Like, what keeps your head on straight when you feel like?
Probably, honestly, like, you mean keep my head on straight, like knowing that I'm on the right path?
And then all these people that come and go and like not make you bitter about meeting people, and these people, because you said it wasn't brutal, but you could tell the fake, right? And then coming across people who aren't real and just staying connected to those who are. How does that not change you as a person?
Being around people older than me, wiser than me, and been in my shoes though. Like I said, the woman I was talking to, she's like my big sis, and her accolades are crazy, but she's so like genuine and like, and how we met on the phone. Like she used to live in New York, but after the pandemic, she moved to Florida.
Okay.
And we were both on a project together on a podcast, and me and her just started talking and bonding, and like from there, and then we finally met maybe a year later.
No, I love this. This is honestly, I'm a fan of stories like this, right? Like, because I think it's so weird in the space that we are today, where the life is act like everything is okay on social media, but don't get on the phone and get those things off your chest for people that can really help you in here, because I don't want to dump my problems onto people.
Yeah.
But I think if it's done with the intention of someone who genuinely cares, who can see themselves in you, right?
Yeah.
And then not even meeting that person in person. That's crazy. No, that's tough. Shout out to Tony Mac. Tony Mac, I love you when I miss you. I don't know where you are. I don't know where you've been. I don't know what you're doing. But if you hear this some way, somehow, I love you when I miss you. Derek, love you, boy. The reason I'm shouting out these people, because in 2018, one of the hardest times of my life, I got into business with 6 people, 2 of them that I never met.
Okay.
I probably seen in person twice, but we were running a business together. Shout out to Wally. Wally was, that's when we met.
Wow.
The first time I met them in person was like 6 months into us being in business, and it was the same time I met Narrative.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, like there's things that I plug into today that Tony Mac has told me then at my lowest, and like, let me talk, and like, let me tell you words like, let me tell you who the fuck you are, and have me like,
no facts. Yeah.
Like, yo, hold on, man. You're not lying. You know, and I needed that. And he said this to me. Yeah. He said, Tony Mac said it then, I'm going to get my situation right, I'm going to get my money right, and I'm going to disappear. I'm going to get on the road with my wife, my kids, and my dog, and I'm going to disappear. Okay. He disappeared. Like, I don't know where he is. Dang. And listen to me, I don't know if it was by mistake. I don't know if it was Instagram. Maybe a couple months ago, I think he got on Instagram and liked a picture of mine, and then disappeared. I left voice notes. Yo, bro, I love you. Like, yo, bro, I don't know if you're going to hear this, etc. But just knowing they're very special people that can do that to you. Like, he has a special place in my heart. And shout out to this lovely woman.
Yeah, Nicole Spence, I love you.
Nicole, you the bomb.com. We need more people like that in this world.
Yeah, especially because, honestly, her being older than me, like, I will say, like, for women, like, in this industry, and I feel like it was maybe a little bit worse back then when she was, like, getting her start in, because it's jealousy and envy a lot. There's so much. And, like, for her to be older, before her, like, I experienced older women kind of, like, they definitely, like, blocked things from me just because I was young trying to get in the game. Like, but she, like, took me, like, she was just very genuine, and we just had a real cool conversation, and then led up to now 4 years in, I guess. Like, that's like my close friend, yeah.
Love. Why do you think that is? Because, it's a very interesting dynamic. Here's what I've seen from my experiences. So from corporate America, right? Like, so just to give you a little bit of my backstory. By the time I worked at AT&T when I was 18 years old. Okay. The iPhone 3G launched. And by the time I was 21 years old, I was a store manager for AT&T. Okay. That happened because the person who hired me was 21 years old, 22 years old. Shout out to Encore. He said, follow my steps and I'll teach you how to do that. Right. Okay. And in that space, I realized how when you're the young guy, and it's like, but then when you start killing, and you're about to take people's spot, there's no longer he's cool. It's he can't take that position. Right. I've been working here for this long. Mm-hmm. In business, I usually see, or support-wise, women, if it comes to podcasting, and women, I would see they're in anything, music, they're the ones to support the fastest, I believe. Mm-hmm. Like, they're the ones that really become supportive. Yeah. But in corporate America, or where there's competition, it could be, what is your take on that? What do you find you see the people that like, try to take away from you the most in that realm? Is it you see more challenges with women, or you seeing more challenges with men when it comes to you climbing up a ladder or trying to progress in your career? It's a really good question.
Honestly, I'm gonna say with women.
Why? Why do you think that is?
I think because it's still not. There's plenty of women in the business now, but it's still like certain women that are just doing their own thing and like. And again, don't get me wrong. I met so many good women that's doing their thing, like, and I can support them, vice versa. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know why. It's still a challenge, and it's still something we gotta like get over. Where we are scared to let another woman like outshine you, and like and be supportive. Dang, I forgot what Charlamagne was saying. He was saying it 2 weeks ago or something like that. But like basically, we gotta learn to still applaud people if we don't get it. Like, and that's true. Because it's gonna come back to you. Like, but if you bitter about certain things, it's not you're gonna stay in that bitter state. So
I think you have to be a fan. I think Charlamagne was saying in certain lines. You got to be know how to applaud other people's success in order for you to receive yours as well.
But it's also have to do with like people gotta know who they are too. And I think, for instance, like my girl Sasha, she already knew who she was. She knew I didn't come with any ill intent or nothing like that. Like, and she took me in also as like a little sister. Like, so I don't know. When I did it, I know they were trying to they almost tried, not almost, but they tried to say some stuff like, oh, like when I first did do the from the like, oh snap. Yeah, like, but it was like,
calm down.
It's not even like that. Like,
right.
But she already had, and plus she already had her own goals though. Like that wasn't what she wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like she did it because she knew how to do it, but that wasn't like her goal to do.
Correct. I get it.
And she still was in a higher position than me. So why would there be a threat?
I get you.
You know? Yeah.
Letting go and letting God. Where do you feel like you're exercising that the most right now in your life?
I feel like it's all aspects of my life. Whether it's like a relationship, whether it's a career with my family. Like when I tell you like I could be an overthinker for sure, to the point where like I get fearful. And I think it's just only because I definitely could say like I have a control issue. Like I need to be in control. So when I feel like I'm not in control, like honestly, that's when I start to feel like I'm not in control because I start to overthink. That's when I start working on new projects because I know I can control this. If that's yeah.
So what is this? This is deep right here. Hold on, we're talking. So I'm sorry. We at 31. I'm gonna go out there real quick because they wilding. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna tell them because they driving me crazy. I'm trying to. Like, it's okay. I'm at 30. I gotta leave it alone. I'm gonna be quick. They driving me nuts.
Let me get a drink.
Holy Jesus Christ, bro! I can't even think of my question.
You could have got up too. While he was asking you and grabbed it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you behind Donkey of the Day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All the intros you hear that's on Breakfast Club or the show intro, all that.
Do you mess with sound design for films?
That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to get into.
Like building all the sounds
around
the scene and things like that.
I definitely want to get into it.
I know a little bit about that stuff.
Yeah.
I've been messing with it.
I want to do that, and I want to start really taking in like creating beats for sure.
Yeah, that's the part about it. I don't think I've ever been musically inclined like that.
Yeah.
For beats, like,
I don't know. again, this started at a young age. Like whenever I hear music, whenever I would hear music, I listen a lot more to the beat than the lyrics. Yeah, I just was fascinated by it. Like, oh, how they put that? Like, how they think of doing that?
To me, it's like, how do they know what sounds good?
How do you? Oh, I don't know why I'm thinking we're on like the 4th floor. I'm like, how? That was fast.
Yo, I had to show them. They're like, oh, he's famous. So on the boss, I have a podcast. I'm recording, and y'all yelling. Y'all never out here. But the day I'm recording, y'all want to yell, bro. Like, this is the time they outside now. This is a fact. So I'm like, yo, bro, can you please? Okay, we're back.
Okay.
We're back and we're good. That filming in progress. Be quiet.
Yeah.
Well, we were speaking about letting go, letting God let go, and you talk about in all places of your life.
Yeah.
Where do we leave off right there?
What was I saying?
In your relationship.
Oh yeah, relationships and when it comes to my family, my life. Like, oh no, I told you the last thing was like when I feel like I'm not in control, yes. I start to work on my project.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So the aspect of letting go and letting God.
Yeah.
Right. It's humility to understand that you're not in control.
Yeah.
All right. Where does this aspect of wanting to have the control, like where does this stem from? Like if you're not the one in control.
I don't know. I think maybe because I'm a Taurus.
This is a fact. This makes sense, B. Damn, I get it now. I'm letting you know right now. We're about to get to Kendrick Lamar right now. You have to see how she was on it when like we were trying to give her a point. Like, we're not talking about no. And she needed to be in control of that conversation. We're like, yo, hold on, Taylor. Let us.
Because
it is because you a Taurus. Y'all hard-headed, son. All of y'all hard-headed, son. Yeah, I'm putting y'all in the bottom. I don't never really do this.
What's your sign?
I'm a Libra. The best. We understand y'all. We could work with y'all because we listen to y'all hard-head shit. We let y'all talk.
balance stuff out.
Yeah, 100%. It's
okay.
a fact. So the reason I asked that is because in the season now, I think that being faith-driven and understanding that.
No, that's like, real. That's really real. And as I get older, it's like I need to. I feel like I've been building a better relationship with God, and just trusting. And like honestly, the more I've been like talking to God, I've been seeing like, oh, okay, God, I see you. Like, but I can think I'm bad at being patient though too. So when I want something and it hasn't come yet, I get frustrated, but I have to keep reminding myself to keep believing and just keep going because it's just gonna.
Give me an example of something that you wanted and you feel like it didn't come.
Well, it was with my job though. Like I didn't feel like I was getting maybe like the accolades that I felt like I wanted, and I'm just being worried. Then too, like a couple years ago, and then now from last year, people really recognizing my skill and everything else. It's like, oh, okay, like, and then just also being graced with just other opportunities. So it's just I realized that I have to just don't worry about what everyone else is doing. And that's also what's my problem too. Like in this business, you're gonna try to compare yourself to what other people are doing, and when you do that, you're gonna come short because it's not about other people. Like if you just keep with your skill and your craft, like it will come. Like it just could be a little.
It's never
time.
Your timing.
Yeah.
It's never your time, it's God's timing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So about your production company. So now let's talk about that, right? Because it took this time. It took 10 years to birth this baby.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What's the process like now? How did you get clients? Do you have people under, contract? Like, what are you?
Yeah, so I have clients, and I have a website, TaylorMadeItProductions.com. And honestly, I got the clients from Breakfast Club, like, and people hearing me, and thankfully, I was smart to stamp my name on certain stuff because they know, like, oh, like. that's her stuff. So, and also, honestly, I got to give it up to Charlamagne for also bigging me up as he does when I do make a new intro or segment or show segment.
Nah, for real, he really did.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't seen it, respect to the Breakfast Club when he like, the guests be like, oh, that's amazing. You guys work fast. That's Taylor.
Yeah.
That ain't us. You know what I'm saying? Let's not make no credit. That's all her, which is fire to see.
Yeah.
But what is that process like? So okay, let me ask. I'm here. This is why you should get a podcast, by the way, because you get free sessions type deal. So like, if I wanted to say, hey, I want to hire Taylor and say, all right, how do you gauge? I have a podcast. Who are you looking for? Who is your client? All right, like, what do you exactly do? Like, if I wanted to say, hey, Taylor, I hire you, but I don't know what I'm hiring you for.
So you will hire. Well, so I do, other than just production, I also do consultation, like for people that are trying to get into the podcast game or they want to see like how they can enhance their podcast or show. I actually just did one with the Fix Radio show. It's on SiriusXM. They wanted to enhance their show, so I made new sound design for them. And then we're still like working out like certain stuff they could do differently with this show segments. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's good to know. I want to get an understanding because when somebody watches this and they're like, hey, how can Taylor help me on?
But it's more so I told them, like, I just told them, give me a piece of your segment and I'll listen to it and then I just take certain bites and then I put something together. Or I could think of something that has to do with their show, or I'll think of something else that may have said something like, I don't know, the Fix or whatever their segment is about, and I'll put that in there too and stuff. So,
you ever thought about, I don't know if this is part of your business, but teaching what you do,
yeah, I just don't know how, like, I don't know how to teach
what you know how to do, like in the back of your mind.
Yeah, like I don't know how to teach someone to be creative. And that's no like shade. It's just like when I just have a certain sound in my mind. I can't teach someone that,
But I'm saying the actual process. Like I genuinely have no idea how the hell you do what you're doing. Like somebody who's in audio, I guess, or understands engineering will. But for someone like me, right? If I want to be like, yo, Taylor, of course I'm not going to be able to do what you do. But how did you do that?
Yeah.
I would sign up for that. I would pay to know, to like, let's say if I got an episode, for example, that's dropping. And of course, social media right now, it's like the clips, you got to find the right clip that's good. But if I could get like the audio of what's going to happen before they say it or like the reaction. And if I learned how to do that or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know for me, I feel like I have to pay you an arm and a leg to do that every single time. But if I pay to learn how to do that. Is a part of your business, I think they'll be very viable. Yeah,
I'm working on it. Trust me, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna put into a class.
I think it starts there. How about this? Oh, Taylor, I got an idea. You don't have to take it. I'm gonna throw it up here for a second. So I've been thinking about building a community, right? Which a lot of people have been asking me, how come you don't have a community? One of the things has been like, I would love to get more of or understand more of the people because there's questions that I haven't asked you, right? But if you're open to it, right, we can do like a workshop.
Yeah.
We'll do a workshop. Whoever listens to this episode and constantly wants to see how you do that, we'll do it and we'll break bread that way, right? And we'll do the workshop. We see what you do. And then I think that'd be a good way to kickstart and gauge how you do it.
I would be open to that.
Think that'd be a good.
For sure, yeah.
We'll do it on Zoom. We'll work that out. We'll work out those details. And y'all say that I don't look out for y'all. Dime? Y ahora? Coño? So I told Taylor I was black and Chinese when she first met me. I was black and Chinese. She was like, really? I was like, nah, I'm Dominican.
And honestly, I should know we're in the Bronx. And that's where the Dominicans are birthed at.
100%. We out here. We in the Heights. You know what I'm saying? So I think that'd be great. That'd be fantastic to kind of get you, one, the exposure, but two, I would love to see how you create it. Now I know that I won't be able to do it. Yeah. But to get an understanding, it's fire. So let's talk about your relationship.
It's
Hey.
Go ahead. What's the question?
So, in the process of you doing all that you do, is it challenging to find somebody? Let's just say that.
Absolutely.
That was a quick absolutely.
Yeah.
So, in this process, like, what's the dating more like for you, or like getting to know somebody?
I am, like I said, I'm a very genuine, like, what with my energy is very genuine. Like, and I want that from someone else. Like, I believe I have good discernment where I could tell, like, you just trying to not necessarily make it come up, but like
Finagle the baby.
but like you're not really trying to get to know me for real. Like, so I feel I have a good discernment in that, but also me being in the industry though, I'm really not mixy. I don't care for that. Like, I like genuine people and I like chill environments, honestly. Like, I will take a kickback, a barbecue over a party or club any day. Like, I love just conversation and just chilling and being comfortable, because I don't like wearing heels like that. It's not comfortable. I'm serious, like, for real. I'm serious.
I respect it. I get it.
Like, the first time, I had heels. I was hurting.
Were you
No,
in heels
I took them off because I didn't
In
have time for it.
investments,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't have time for that. Next year, I'm not bringing heels at all.
That's a fact. You know, I have a great question. What brought you to InvestFest this year? The fact that after saying that statement, because, okay, let me just say this. And look, I am not endorsed by Earn Your Leisure. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on their network, stuff like that. I had an incredible.
Well, that's your first time?
This is my third time.
Oh,
actually.
that was my first time there.
When I say incredible, even meeting you Friday night was to be like, yo, there's good energy off rip.
I want to go to InvestFest every year now.
No, it's my yearly. I'm gonna tell you respectfully, cousin, congratulations. I love you. I wish you the best. He got married that weekend.
Oh.
And I said, yo, bro, I love you, and you know that.
Dang.
But I cannot miss this event. Like, this is my yearly event.
Yeah.
And I come from a place where, like, and I was trying everything I can. Like, it was trying to book a flight that left that night, and there was no flights leaving. I was like, I just genuinely know the discernment to say I'm supposed to be at InvestFest. And that's my review,
But I encourage everyone. Like, I felt like going to InvestFest was just like, everyone was so genuine. It wasn't one of those, cause everyone wanted to work and network and just see like, oh, like, how can we work together? Like, it just felt very genuine, where like, if you go to other places, it's not, everyone was there for a reason. Whereas like, I'll talk to you about. I don't want to throw shade to no other
I get that.
because I've been to other events that try to do the networking thing, but it's not the same, because going to InvestFest is not a fashion show. Correct. Whereas I've been to other ones where it's like a fashion show. You're trying to like, and it's not genuine in a sense.
Trust me, I've been in an event. So I was going to 4 events a year for 7 years of my life.
Okay.
So it was part of my life to go to it was a training event, but you met people it was literally part of my life. And that was a piece and ingredient that was missing. Started podcasting and I seen it, I said, oh, I got my event. Yeah. I got my yearly event. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the question was, what brought you to it, since you're not that mixy?
So actually, shout out to Princess. She's the one that, and I know the guys, right? And I just never took on to go. But I told myself last year, that's when it started, where I'm like, I'm gonna definitely take advantage of the rooms and like the networking that I need to do in this industry. So for this year, I really went for my girl Princess, because she was pitching her project. And I came along with her. And I'm so happy I did, because I'm not people like you. And
the duo of Taylor and Princess they stood out like a sore thumb, bro. Like, You see how tame and calm and cool
We balance each
good?
other out because
Princess is outside. Like her energy on 8,000. I was like, yo, who is she? Yo, super dope. So that dynamic was amazing. And I felt like you was there many times before. I'm glad that y'all were there. I'm glad you enjoyed it as well. How did y'all meet? Like you and Princess? Like what is that?
We met when we both worked at SiriusXM, and we worked at the sports department. And the relationship was here because Princess was like me and her weren't close automatically, nothing like that. It was me, her, and our other friend Ashley. Like all of us kind of like me and Ashley came in together, and Princess was already there. And then I don't know what got me and Princess more closer though. Like I can't tell you what it was, but me and her ended up getting like more close as friends, and here we are today. Yeah.
So how has it been in these 10 years? Because and the reason I asked this is because the perspective of a woman in entertainment in the business that you do, and we're speaking about dating, meeting people. How do you find a way to trust people in that light, right? Like,
well, trust in what way?
so when you're saying like some people you could just tell by the discernment.
Yeah. It's just seeing how people move, certain questions maybe they ask, or just like I don't know. I feel like you could see it. Yeah, like because again, I'm an open book for the most part, but like at the same time, when it comes to me being vulnerable, and again, I can't really even say that I've met like that many like bad people or anything like that, but like there's certain people where I think of like they're mixy, like they're just trying to be friends with everybody just to see, and which is cool, whatever do them, but like that's just not that's not me. And honestly, on some real like, I can say that like as hard as I am on myself, though, I know the position I am in, and I know I got people like a Charlamagne or like an Eddie that are generally rooting for me. So I'm not trying to be anything else but myself, because that's how originally they met me and gravitated towards me anyway. Right.
So if there's something, all right, what's the most favorable thing about what you do, and what's the most challenging thing about what you do? Like, if you can change something about what you do, what would that be? If you could put like fire to what you do already, what would that be?
So, like my skill or just the industry and stuff like that?
And all, like, answer that however you see fit. Whether it's your career, like you wish this can change.
Well, my favorite thing is at this point meeting different people, and just seeing and understanding their background, and just like just networking. I would say at this point. The most challenging would be not getting discouraged.
What discourages you? What?
Because like even when it comes to like pay, like company can be cheap, like, and it's and I guess that's when I said like I made a position for myself, I made certain opportunities for myself, and that's me just believing in myself, because you're not about to get just. Don't think because I work at the top morning show that I'm that's not it. Like that comes like, and I'm still not gonna say I'm rich. Like, but it's also understanding that money isn't everything, and also just taking in more so like who are you affecting?
Right.
Like I actually I'm talking to some high schoolers next week, and just about like my career and my journey. And to me, it's like if I could have them give faith in like what they like, find a skill that they want to do, I want to show them that they could do it. So
You know what, Taylor? You know what? Let me tell you something.
What?
Because my follow-up question is gonna be, how can I be of service to you? Like, if there's something I can help you with.
Yeah.
You know, I think one, granted, you being on this platform, it's an even exchange because obviously we're doing a little something over here. But to say that, I would love for you. I don't know what your schedule is like, right? Because I'm starting to get back into the schools this semester.
Okay.
To be a guest, right, with me, so you can see how.
Yeah.
So we teach podcasting in schools, right?
Yeah.
And parts of it is like sound bites and how this works and stuff like that. And when I teach the curriculum, I let principals know that the benefit of having me is that I'm going to bring a celebrity guest that is specified in something the kids want to learn.
Yeah.
Or like whether it be a real celebrity or a celebrity engineer, right?
Yeah.
Like it's, but more no, you get that exposure also in the door and see if that leads.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all about opportunity though. Like,
Sure.
and I, like, again, when I tell you, like, I feel like this, from last year to this year is like where I'm really understanding, like, letting go, like God, like just also just but focusing in on like what you want to do, what you love to do, and like I think I heard Erica Badu say, she goes, find a skill that you like to do and just lean into it. You don't know where it's gonna lead you. Like you could be the best shoe shiner, and people want you, like celebrities want you to shine your shoe, like you know what I mean, like or make, and then this in this social media world, you could make that a business. People love watching people clean their house.
No, legit.
Like,
honestly,
I find myself doing that.
all
What?
day. Let me tell you something. This is
The rugs?
There's a dude,
I can watch it all day.
There's a dude, I don't know his name. He's kind of tall. Like he's a slim guy.
Okay.
All his posts is him cleaning his crib. I can watch.
You can watch it all day.
I can watch his content. He drops peppermint into the mop.
Yeah,
He
but
slice some I'm
it's
like,
an
yo,
art,
bro.
and again, don't be scared of. And this is for like older
Watch a man
people.
clean, son.
It's crazy though, but like you can find I don't know if it's like a fan base, but you can find an audience anywhere. Like especially with the social media time, take advantage.
For sure.
Like for instance, like with my the promos I do now, like I'm not a video editor, but I made sure I need to promote it somewhere. I didn't want to just put up just a random wavelength.
Right.
Like people are not gonna grab that. No one's gonna gravitate to it. So I had to make it. And I know, like, I majored a little bit in video editing, but like, I wanted to make it something more watchable.
No, and that's a great.
Yeah.
I love this, right? Because I've noticed that. Like when I look at your clip, it's the dynamics and the zoom in, the zoom out of the person, and how. Okay, because this is why it's always growing, and I love to hear this. How long did it take you to take the knack of the video aspect of it? Like, all right, let me put some video behind this audio.
Shout out to CapCut.
That's the CapCut. I live on that. By the way, narrative. I'm gonna show you what narrative showed me earlier. He did some fire on CapCut. This dude is sick. But go ahead, I'm listening. Shout out to CapCut.
I mean, how long did it take me to put that together?
Yeah, like
it don't really take me that long, because thankfully, like CapCut gives you this different examples of effects and stuff like that. It's just easier to work with rather than Adobe Premiere. And I know a little bit of Adobe Premiere, but CapCut is just so much easier to, if you just want to
not get working.
Yeah.
But I guess the question is, what gave you the
give me a thought to do
the
that?
thought to say, okay, it makes sense for me to do the video for more exposure? Like, was that something that came across as you were getting new clients, or before you got the clients? Say, you know what?
Before I got the clients, I wanted to showcase my work. So yeah.
What does your dad say about what you're doing right now? How does dad feel?
He's proud of me. He I be calling him, and he be telling me, he goes, Taylor, you're a star and you don't even know it. Like,
Yo, Taylor, you a star, son. Yo, let me tell you something.
Thank you.
Like, if there's one thing, for me, we're just getting to know each other.
Yeah.
For me, it's over. Taylor, right? That was the name.
Taylor, yes.
It's like, there's this thing, right? When you meet, I think a superpower that I have, I think God-given, being able, first of all, for us to meet each other the way we met each other, out of all the people that are invested, you know what I mean?
Right.
Right? because I think we all see that in each other, where it's like, damn, I see so much in narrative and he sees so much in me and I can see so, and that community of people coming together, that's what the living room is gonna build. That community of people that have the star power, but need to be around like the same Space Jam superpowers, I guess, and we all gotta touch the ball at the same time.
Yeah.
Because what you do, it's in the lane you do, you are a star, right? And to not necessarily see it all the time, because there gotta be glimpse. Hell yeah, you're a star, right? Like what you do. And it just might be structures of things that you need to do so you can see the rewards of what you do.
Yeah. It's just, again, like I said, like I think a lot of it's just, because it's not like I lacked confidence. It's just, I guess also just being behind the scenes versus being in the camera. Like, I know I always wanted to be behind the scenes. And I like, for instance, so Brown Sugar is a movie that kind of inspired me in a sense, because I first went into journalism and all the other stuff, and then I realized like I really want to do more with music. Like I want to produce some type of music or whatever. But I remember seeing Sonali Lathan's character, and I was like, that's what I want to be. I want to be the person that's behind the scenes, but people know she's still in the same rooms, and people are still asking for certain things of her. Like I just knew I wanted to be that. Like I didn't see myself anywhere else.
Fire. Fire.
But, yeah. Well, my dad's happy though.
I
He's
love to
proud
hear
of me.
that. What does Taylor want to see in the next 12 to 24 months?
Ooh. I want to see my business growing more. And
Do you have a number? Like, because the business growing more is one thing.
you're right.
Is there something you want the business to generate? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to be able, because I want to, it's more with my business. I was just talking to him about, like, I want to expand my sound design to, like, film, and I also want to, in the next 4 years, hopefully, you'll hear some of my products in the Olympics. And I'm saying that because my niece, she does gymnastics, and I do her, the floor performance that they do. I put that together for her. And her teammates' parents like, oh, I want her to do one for me. So I feel like I put a different aspect on the instrumentals that they use. I put sound designs in that as well. And I want to, Simone Biles, holla at me. I'll make your shit.
Simone Biles, holla at my girl, for real.
That's
real.
all I'm saying. Like, so I want to expand in that sense. So
Love that. And then the timing is there, right? Because it's 4 years from now. I love the way you did that. I love the way you did that. Taylor, before we go,
oh, this is fun.
this was great. You don't have to finish this. We're about to get into Kenny. It'd be wrong if we don't get to talk about Kendrick
absolutely.
Lamar. So Kendrick Lamar doing the Super Bowl. How about we do that? Can we imagine? We get some sound bites for the Super Bowl? You get some sound bites for the Super Bowl?
What? Can I tell you what happened?
Go ahead.
So, and this is why also I had to really take back and understand, like, oh, okay, God, I see what you're doing, whatever. For instance, maybe it's just also just me, like, Charlamagne gave me a platform just to say my piece on Kendrick because okay, sorry. I'm still at all with this though, because randomly 7-something in the morning, I think, to scroll on Instagram, I'm at work, I get a message from Kendrick Lamar's right-hand man, D Free, saying, yo, we're going to find a way for you to, I'll show you the message right now.
Go ahead.
We'll find a way for you to get to Kendrick Lamar's concert, whatever. Because I guess, and I'm just like, I almost broke my phone. I'm like, this isn't real.
Right.
Like, this is,
Right.
what?
Right.
And I'm thinking, honestly, Charlamagne maybe, like, no.
Playing around, it may be a prank. No, it came out of the woodwork.
I don't know, I guess he was listening. First of all, their team needs to be studied because the strategicness that comes with them is ridiculous. But either he was listening in the Breakfast Club or he was listening into Brilliant Idiots, like me, like talking my shit about Kendrick Lamar. And that's what he said. He was like, no, I see you. It's like, I'm in conversation.
Fire.
Like, I don't,
Ew.
like, because even Charlamagne was like, what? Like, what? Because he was teasing me like, Taylor, you're not going to go. Duh, duh.
Right.
So, yeah. But I still cannot believe that.
You know, this is crazy. Let me just say this, because I'm wearing my man that shirt right here, right? So my boy, Rodell Ortiz, he's actually sampled on Kendrick Lamar's last album.
Dope.
Which is super, like, I had even to wear this shirt and say that. Like, what the fuck? That part, what song is that? Is it Step? Well, I'll show you the song.
Yeah.
He actually got sampled.
Oh, I know what song you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my man. Yeah, facts.
Dope.
So even that is ill for like him.
But yo, and that's why I'm saying, even like going back to why I started putting my my tag and then also just my stuff on social media, you never know who's watching. Like, and like I said, do not get fearful of the new change of social media. Lean into it. Like, you gotta change when things are changing. So yeah.
Last thing. I'm doing this. Who's your favorite to work with, right? Because I see you work with Charlamagne on the Breakfast Club. You also do Brilliant Idiots, like the Brilliant Idiots. I can't even speak. The Brilliant Idiots. I'm hungry, right?
The Brilliant Idiots.
There we go. Like, not who's your favorite to work with. What's the most enjoyable part, right? Because these guys are hilarious and it's great content. But you have to be heads-on working while this is going on, or you could enjoy what's going on while you're there. Because I see clips where they're talking about you, too. Like, yo, Taylor.
Yeah. But I honestly... Because I work with other podcasts under his network. But...
Is it the people that we don't really see yet that you have more enjoyment working with?
Yeah, like, that's hard. It is between... Damn, that's hard. Because Breakfast Club, like, that's my family. Like, the other producers on there, like, we're family for real. And even, like, with Bring Is, we're family. But, like, I don't know. Because fun also to me is, like, me learning certain stuff. And I feel like I learn a lot and Brilliant Idiots behind, like, just not even behind the scenes, like during the show too, like when they actually stop playing around and actually have like conversation and stuff like that. It just makes me think, like, it gives me a sense of like, what's the word I want to say? It makes me feel just more humble. And because like it took them like to make mistakes and everything else, like they have real conversations, like where it's like they were like Brilliant was not the show it is today. Like they were about to be off. Like they weren't about to do it because they weren't getting any audience. I don't know what exactly what it was that made them like levitate, but or elevate, but it kind of just like when they get into those type of talks of like for our segment Ask an Idiot, when they get in those talks about it, it's like, okay, so I'm on the right path. Like, so that's hard. That's really hard.
You don't even have to answer.
It's like, right? I don't know.
I wanted to see how I could get a little like not messy, but understand the dynamic of your day.
Yeah.
Taylor, let me tell you something. I learned so much here today. All in all, the person you were off the camera, you are on the camera.
I'm trying to tell you.
Right? Like, this is a genuine person. She could have been anywhere in the world. She's in the Bronx with your favorite bald-headed Dominican, Rob de la Rosa. I introduced myself. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
You remember that?
And that's why it made me, yes.
I was like, Rosa is my last name. She's like, oh, my name is Taylor.
Taylor. Wait, I can't even do it anymore. Taylor. I can't do it right now. But you get the point.
Y'all get the point. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time and watching this episode. Hope you learned something. Watch out for that workshop that we're going to cook up together with the superstar, the one and only, TaylorMade IT.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. It's another one. Love y'all.
Thank you, guys.
Taylor, you were fire. Come on now.
Thank you. That was good. Great conversation.
Let me get a hug. Bring that in.